Reaching out to a financial advisor requires courage, and if you haven't engaged with a financial advisor before, you might be nervous to reach out because you don't know what to expect. Today I'd like to shed some light on the approach and process we take at SMB Financial Strategies. But before we get started, I want to give you a little bit of context and explain the different types of advisors. I would say there's 3 different types: product-focused, investment-focused, and advice-focused. A product-focused advisor often offers free financial planning. But ultimately, these advisors also have to earn a living. So if they're not getting paid by you, then how are they getting compensated? Well, they need to sell you a product, typically a life insurance policy or an annuity. Then they earn their compensation by the commissions that are paid from the life insurance company whose products that they are selling. So while it might feel good to not pay for financial planning, you are really actually paying the price of being sold a policy or a product instead of a solution. In addition, these advisors are less focused on relationship building because their compensation model is structured to reward transactions and not client service. Then there are advisors whose primary focus is investment management. You may have actually called one and been told that you don't meet their asset minimum. Or maybe you started the process of working with one but felt uncomfortable when you learned that you would need to transfer all of your accounts to their firm in order to continue to work together. Neither one is really a good feeling. While investment management is an important piece of the puzzle, at SMB it's not how we choose to work with our clients. We recognize that it takes a lot of courage to reach out to an advisor, to ask for help, to divulge financial information, and to share your concerns. We would never turn someone away just because they don't have a certain amount of dollars. We would much rather help our clients become millionaires than turn them away and expect them to come back when they reach a certain asset minimum. So if we're not product focused and we're not investment focused, that means we fall into the third category, advice focused. At SMB, we want financial planning to be inclusive and accessible. So we lead with advice. What does that mean? That means no proprietary products and no asset minimum. We charge a flat fee or hourly fee to provide financial advice. So now that you understand the different types of advisors, I would like to share with you the process of reaching out to an advisor at SMB Financial Strategies looks like. The first step is to engaging with an advisor is to schedule a discovery call. What is a discovery call? Well, the purpose of this call is really to get to know each other. The call typically lasts about 30 minutes, during which time you get to ask your questions, and I will also ask why it is that you reached out to learn more about financial planning. I will also share with you how I work with my clients and what my financial planning process looks like. Through this discussion, we can determine if we are a fit to work together, but ultimately, this is a no-pressure conversation devoted to both of us learning more. If after the discovery call, we determine there's an opportunity to work together, the next step is to complete a data gathering workbook and schedule an initial consultation. My focus in this consultation is to learn more about your finances and determine if and how I could add value. I will ask you questions such as, how have you made investment decisions in the past? How would you categorize your goals? At the end of this meeting, I will walk you through the financial planning fee guide and quote a fee based on the complexity of your situation and how many different goals that we will be working on together. If the fee is something that makes sense to you and you decide to hire me, I will collect the data gathering workbook that you've already completed, as well as supporting documents such as a 401k or 403b statement, benefits handbook, things of that nature. Then I get to work. I do the analysis, I spell out the options, and I work with you to make important, informed decisions. You see, as a society, we have access to a lot of information, but information doesn't lead to transformation. You could Google any financial topic and feel more knowledgeable about it, but would you take the next step? That's where I come in. I will do the work and work with you one-on-one, building on your experience and your judgment and supplying the knowledge you need that's going to lead to that financial transformation. So after you hire me, we will have 2 more meetings 2 weeks apart. The first meeting is what I call a plan presentation meeting. This is where I present my initial findings and answer questions such as, am I on track for retirement and am I invested properly? It's also where I present my initial findings and ask for your feedback. I really want this to be a collaborative approach because if I come up with a list of recommendations that you're not going to act on, then we've both wasted our time, and I don't want that for either one of us. So 2 weeks after our plan presentation meeting, we will schedule our implementation meeting. During this time, I will go back and make the appropriate changes to the financial plan based on our discussion and your feedback. At our implementation meeting, you will receive a summary of my recommendations broken down into 3 timelines: immediate, intermediate, and long-term. I don't want to overwhelm you with a list of action items and found that breaking them down into bite-sized pieces with distinct timelines really helps. It also lines up with our client service model of meeting with clients every 6 months. I have found that the best way to ensure the success of my clients is by proactive, ongoing client service. Part of that service is meeting with clients every 6 months for a strategy meeting. So rather than go through the whole financial planning process every few years and conducting a new analysis every time, we meet every 6 months to monitor your goals and make adjustments. Because let's face it, a lot can change in 6 months in the market, in the economy, and in your personal life. Some of the topics that we'll review during these meetings include discussing life changes that may have occurred, recap goals, revisit priorities for the year, follow up on recommendations and action steps, discuss account performance and investment performance, and complete portfolio rebalances. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any follow-up questions or concerns. If you want to get started, the first step is to schedule a discovery call. Thank you.